Hi, this is BW4C Poet, and today is pop-up weekend. So today, I was in the house, working in the house for a little minute, got up late today, but today I'm going over to the Black Women's Expo. I did have an opportunity to be a vendor there. However, I don't know them. And see, that's my thing. I got to go to one of your events, see what your organization is and what it looks like, how well you're organized, in order for me to decide whether or not I want to participate. And I know a lot of people just jump in the water and go for what they know, and then they complain about it later. I, on the other hand, I do my best to, if you have an event, invite me out to one of your events in advance. I'll do what I can to come see about it. I might just come very discreetly and take a look around and just see how things flow with you. And then I decide the next event you might have. I probably will, more than likely, sign up to be a vendor at your event. It's not so much about the product, half as much as just that, not even about reputation, but about wisely and discreetly applying my efforts where it is best needed. And it's not about the money either. That's why I hold down a 9-to-5. I wouldn't hold down a 9-to-5 if it was all about the money, if I needed it so badly to live. That's not the way it works. A wise person once told me that in order to be successful in business, you need to have yourself in a position where you can choose wisely where you go and what you do in order to make it. And the same thing with prayer. You know, if I pray in advance, then I know with discernment what would be the best for me. Because, like I said, it's not all about the money. Sometimes it's just about making sure I'm in the right place at the right time to help that one person that needs the help the most. Whether it's a word, whether it's something I have to give, to offer for them to either buy or not buy. Sometimes it's just about being in the place. Okay? As you get older and wiser, you learn those things. Once again, I'm still working on, I have a feeling that the launch and thank you will be in November, due to the fact that I need time to make sure I put everything together, get the books ordered, get the favors ordered, and do a really good job of just sitting at that front table and just my presence being enough said. Okay, so start saving your $10 for the show and start saving your donation money. Okay, because I do. And I always post how much I made, how much of the proceeds are going towards domestic violence and sexual violence. There's a sexual violence workshop going on today that I wish I had known in advance, because I would have loved to have done that. I do have another meeting today at 3 o'clock for my own growth as a person and as a businesswoman. So I'm still, even at the age that I am, I still do believe in taking it slow, not to rush into anything, because it doesn't work like that. It just doesn't. Not for me. Other people can do that. But in the meantime, this is Pop-Up Saturday. I'm going to get some gas, and then I'm going to go over to the Black Women's Expo, see what that's all about, and report later. Have a wonderful day. Okay. Yeah. So I think that's something that I will do next year. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, I'm still here. I'll sign up to be, that's what my goal is going to be for 2020, is to sign up for as many vendor spots and event spots as I can afford to, and just make it a year of really launch. So we're gonna start September. So I'm gonna give myself a year, September to September, and we'll see how things go. I got a couple of events that I'm not gonna be compensated for, but everything else after that, we're gonna see what God does. We're gonna see where God leads. And I know I got about a year left in this state, so we'll see what God does for this year. So it's September to September, because next September I'm heading to Canada. Okay, I'm heading to Canada for the Shimmy Mob. I'm actually planning on doing Shimmy Mob again in 2020. I didn't do it this year. We are resting, we are healing, we're getting ready to make some moves. And so, Lord willing, the creek don't rise. I'm just waiting for him to order my steps accordingly. And I think I've got a couple of things to research out that may bear some fruit. So, I know everybody's, well, at your age, you can't be so picky. You just got to go for it. And it's like, no. At my age, I need to be even more discerning about where I go and who I affiliate with, and that's just the way it's going to be. But yeah, it was a good day. It was a good couple of hours, hour and a half. It was pretty good. I'm going to get ready for my next meeting now and work on some crafting. So before it gets any more harder, I will take my paintings outside so I can spray them down with the Mod Podge, the ones that are already done, and go from there. Other than that, have a good Saturday. So it was a good pop-up Saturday. Tomorrow is church, and don't know what else. I'll probably just come home and work some more projects. So have a good one. Still can't make it out to my watering hole yet. It's still too hot. Maybe tomorrow I could do that. I can get a smoothie and go out to my watering hole. We'll see. All right, this is BW4C Poetess signing off. Okay, I won't be able to take any video once I get inside, but this is pop-up weekend, and I'm at the Heard Museum for their free day. I can take about as much video as this right here, so this way you'll see I am at the Heard Museum. I've been on their tour before, and it was wonderful, and it's just a beautiful place to be. Whenever I come here, I always feel like I came home. I feel like I came home. I get in touch with all of my roots right here at the Heard Museum. I just wish I had enough money to buy all the stuff that represent me. And before I leave this state, I will do that. I will come in and do just that, because this is just part of my travels, and it is always a beautiful place to be. So I am here. They have an education center. I would, someone from the Navajo Nation asked me to sign up for classes so I can learn the language of Navajo, because they even recognize that I'm Native, because the Cherokee Nation is full. I can't really apply for tribal, but that's okay. You know, as long as I know that I am God's and He is mine, that's all that matters. So yeah, we are at the Herd Museum. It's their free day. There's stuff coming up. And I minus my hat today. This weekend, I just, as madly as I need my hat, I just wasn't about to wear my hat. I'm available today. I think that's what that all just means for me, is that I'm available. I'm available for learning. I'm available for teaching. I'm available for whatever I need to be available for according to God. So once I get in the museum, I won't be able to do, this is the museum shop right here. Once I get in the museum, I will not be able to take video at all, which is okay. You know, I am just, yes, all the restaurants. Yep. So they're under construction, but I wanted you to see some of the stuff that I see before I get in there. So they are under construction. This is their food court right here. You know, I'm just loving all of this. There's the steel auditorium. I don't know what's in store for me when I get in there, but this is the cafe and everything else. So now I'm walking down the main walk, heading now into the museum. And yeah, I am very happy to be coming in here today. I missed the other one. You can see you might be able to see some of the museum stuff in the windows here. They made sure to keep it shiny so you can't, you're not supposed to copy anybody's work. Do your own work, you know. But yeah, can't wait to start selling some of my pieces so I can buy somebody else's pieces and go about it that way. This is the rest of their courtyard. Look at that. You know, I have such a rich heritage that I feel now that I know, I feel so blessed by, you know, I feel so blessed by, and it's who I am. It really and truly is who I am. So I'm gonna go ahead and head on in. See what's in store. I know the museum entrance is free, but if there's a special thing going on, you will pay for that, which is okay. And then there's the books and more. There's a coffee cantina, and I may this is it. So I am at my museum entrance now. I'm about to walk in. All right, talk to you guys later.
Native people used that was a form of currency. We didn't have cash. We didn't have credit cards. So that was how we shared things with one another. But this dance style I've learned over the years. I'm still learning. I'm going to do the best On
to show, represent the eagle, and it has great significant meaning because the eagle is one of the most birds that can fly the highest. So we would send some of our prayers of this eagle is the one that can fly the highest and fly close to heaven. But this type of buffalo has a lot of guns and half the buffalo. And as you see the white and the red, as you see on the top of my muscle and lower part of my muscle is our rooster feathers that we would use to make it more flashy, to be more of a showcase style of the dance. And as you can see here, the streamers that I have on are dyed horsehair. And a little bit more about this dance is it was represented as a crazy dance, as most individuals would interpret this dance as a horse dance. Because of the stamina, the agility of this horse that it had, and a lot of the younger men in the encampments would want to have this strength that this horse had. And so they started to make their own styles of dancing with this dance. A lot of the elders that seen this dance being done, they kind of frowned upon it. They didn't say it wasn't traditional. Because a lot of the traditional dancing that they would use was more, a little bit similar to the style that I would, but they would be a little more slow, traditional steps that they would follow a certain routine. But a lot of the younger men, they wanted to be prepared for battle, so they would start to kind of dance crazy and be ready for battle and those encampments that they lived in. But I will be showing my style of dancing, so I hope you all enjoy it. Thank you.
Let's bring it on, big round of applause.
Okay, I tell you, every time I learn something new, and that's the thing. If you're not forever learning, you're not doing something right in life. And I'm talking about something new, whether it's negative or positive, but try your best to stay on the positive. I knew about the atrocities, for the most part, that the Native Americans suffered through the invasion of their land. What I didn't know was about the forced assimilation into the white man ways. I am grateful that God is a merciful God, and that He is just merciful in everything that He does. Today at the Herd Museum, because I was pop-up today. Yesterday I popped up at the Black marketplace in Tempe, and I probably will do that, be a vendor there next year. Don't know what exactly I'll be vendoring, but I'll probably do that. They were full. The only thing I didn't like was that there was wall to wall. It was cramped. Not really a lot of space to turn around. It's a good thing I know how to dance, because I was able to do the sideways boogie all the way through. So that was my first pop-up, and that was yesterday. Today's pop-up was at the Herd Museum. It was free. I did make a donation, a small donation, because I don't have much. But I had always stayed on the first floor. Okay? The first floor is where you get the tours, and I remember last year I did not like the tour guide, and I didn't realize until this year that my problem with him was that he was using what the Native Americans refer to as pale-faced words to describe a Native American indigenous people. And the reason why he did that was because the majority of the people in the tour were pale faces as well. Okay. That kind of got me a little ticked last year, but I made it through the tour, and then I went and I watched different things. This year I went to the second floor. I had to breathe all the way through. I had to take deep breaths all the way through. The secret boarding schools for the Native Americans, where children were stolen and put into these schools to try to make them less savage, according to the paleface. Yeah, I'm still breathing. I really and truly had to have God's hand on me as I read through the sufferings and the pain that was inflicted on young children to become something and somebody that they weren't used to, because their ways were different, their cultures were different. And the only good thing out of it was that they got to see other tribes and how other tribes behave. They were stripped of their clothing. Their hair was forcibly cut. They were tortured with a lysing comb just in case they had lice. They were forbidden to speak their native tongues. They were forced into a submission of assimilation to the paleface ways. However, Native Americans being who they are, the children suffered through long enough to take everything back. By that I mean that for a lot of those children, by the time they reached almost graduating age, they were able to enforce their cultures. Sadly, the federal government was a large part of this cruel assimilation, including several presidents. And then, yeah, I have to breathe. There's so much more that pictures can never tell. But I encourage you to go visit the Heard Museum and go to the second floor, and you will see something very similar to the slavery that African Americans were inflicted upon. Um, Indian school. I knew that that name had to have some kind of significance, that the road wasn't just named that for no good reason. And I was correct. Indian school was the school for the Indians to be assimilated. So that whole road from one end to another, and I can't tell you how far up it goes and from where it started, but the center of it was 16th Street and Indian School. That's why the Indian Hospital is still there. There's just too much information for me to put into a video. And I have to tell you, I had to breathe. I had to take deep breaths through the whole thing. It really tugged at my head and my heart. And so today was a beautiful day as far as I'm concerned, because I got to learn a little bit more about my heritage. Okay. So it was a decent weekend. It was really a decent weekend. I'm gonna put these videos together. I gotta clear off my phone because there's just too much information on my phone, too much media. So I'm gonna do that. But this was a pop-up weekend where I had to learn how to breathe. My friend, she reached for her star. She should be, if she ain't packed up and ready to go, she should be just about finished packing up and ready to go. I have two friends who did that this weekend, were packing up and leaving for different states. Their time and their tenure and their mission here has concluded, and they're on to their second mission and second tenure where God has led them. I look forward to my day, but this is my year of launching, and that's what I'm gonna do. So every weekend, girl gonna be painting and yarning and everything else. But yeah, it's time. But yeah, today was very, very much enlightening. Have a wonderful and blessed week, and I will talk to everybody soon. Bye-bye. Well, that was quick. Down here at the culinary market, what they do is they rent out their rooms for events, and it's at least 10 grand to start. They're talking about discounts and stuff like that, but actually, I think God is funny, because I'm looking at these rooms and I'm hearing the prices, and the first thought that come to my mind, wedding. He's still doing his best to get me comfortable with that word, and that's why I think he's funny. But I did step out of the car and I did get a couple of pictures of the rooms, and that's what you see before you saw this part of the video. Were the culinary rooms, the event rooms for the culinary dropout location. I honestly thought that they were having a marketplace down here where you set up markets and things of that nature. Um, I'm deciding to commit to once a month to the 6th Street Market that starts up in November. I just have to sit down and plan it out, and I more than likely will be selling my books at that one with the occasional I'll sit there and work on some projects. So you'll get to see me work on projects live, whether it's painting or my yarn, and then whatever I finish, I will sell. I've got that idea. So yeah, so now we're gonna go down to Rural and see what that one is about. This is BW4C Poetess doing her rounds on a Saturday. Have a good day. Okay, here's my wish list. It's $24.99. Well, 40% off is about $14-15. But this is going to be one of the canvases that I get in 2 weeks. And I got some ideas for this. Ooh, do I have some ideas for this? It's going to be so fun. I can't wait. So, no, I had to pay the rent this week. So, when you pay the rent, you're always short. So that's what it is. But yeah, this is going to be so fun. But yeah, I'm going to have this canvas, and I've already got ideas. And oh my goodness, I can't wait. Yay. All right. I'm in Hobby Lobby. But if somebody sees this video and you want to do something for me, this is one of the things you can do. I love my black canvases. So I can't wait. This is going to be fun. All right. Bye. Hobby Lobby. One of the things that I love about them is that they have a lot of fun stuff. This looks fun too. I'm going to try to get some of these circle canvases, and see what I can come up with. Oh, that's such a thought. I've got thoughts already. Thank you, Lord. I can only thank you because you're the one that's giving me all of these ideas while I'm standing in the middle of the aisle here. So this is another one, and this one is $16.99. So once again, if you have 40% off coupon, it's something like $9-10. And they also have the black Ada cloth, and one of the pictures in my head, one of the things that's in my head, I've been going back and forth as to whether or not to cross stitch it or paint it. And I think for the visual effect that I want, I might have to cross stitch it. So it's probably going to go on this black Ada cloth. And they're $14.99. So, yeah. So it's like my head is exploding with all these creative ideas in different forms. So, I just have to work on what I got and come to it as I come to it in the order that it comes. All right. I'm still in Hobby Lobby, but I'm getting ready to leave. All right. BW4C Poetess. Bye.